Hi, welcome to the last week of public speaking and to our final speech. For my speech, I did mine on Are Zoos Good for the Conservation of a Species? My position for this speech is going to be zoos are not good for the conservation of species because of the mental damage they cause to the animals and the negative effects they have on a species. In opposing position, our zoos offer the safety from extinction of a species with providing nutritional diet and shelter from other animals. Also, they benefit us educationally. First off, for my speech, I'm going to introduce some animal facts about animals that live in the zoo. Even if a zoo does not have the best intention for an animal, the zoo cannot provide the perfect environment for every type of animal. For example, elephants can walk up to 50 kilometers a day and is not used to being so limited. Also, there are more animals or elephants in that zoo space, which limits the elephants even more. So an elephant is so used to walking around and doing its own thing in the wild, but whenever it is limited like that in the zoo, it also has to be limited because of the animals around them, so they don't get as much space. Scientists say that an animal needs its privacy, and zoos do not provide the best habitat for that. This leads to zoochosis, similar to OCD in humans because the animals are living in habitats that are smaller than they are used to. The animal cannot enjoy needed privacy, and this results to depression or obsessive behavior in animals. So, this provides mental damage for the animals that belong in the zoos, or that are in the zoos. Lions are not offered the chance to hunt, and this can grow into them being more aggressive if they are not taken care of properly, which can lead to more danger for zoo personnel or even the customers. Now we're going to compare the pros and cons. Pros for zoos are medical care for injuries and proper nutrition for the animal. Some animals may not survive in the wild, and being kept in a zoo provides more safety and provides the convenience of people coming to zoos and learning more about the species. The cons to zoos are one of the biggest is the confined spaces that a lot of animals are forced to live in. This is a big problem for animals that tend to migrate and move around a lot. Major drawback from zoos is that they take their toll mentally on the animals that live in them. For animals that are captured and confined, the adjust causes them extra stress. For animals born in captivity, aren't capable of surviving in the wild if ever let go because of financial problems in the zoos. Zoos struggle with financial problems, leaving the animals being sold off to people who may not have the best interest for them, or even getting split up from their moms or their animals that they've been with for all their life. So that causes more stress on the animal and damages them mentally as well. Pros and cons of zoos' educational benefits. Pros, it provides hands-on learning for students to watch the interact with seeing animals and learning about them. And then the cons is in this time period, most of us don't go to the zoo just to go learn about the animals. We go for recreational purposes. Most visitors abuse the right to see the animals by yelling at them, throwing things at them, and teasing them, which has a negative effect on the animals. So this provides more mental damage for the animals, and it just provides financially the zoo to get more money whenever we're just going to tease the animals and not going to learn about them, which are what zoos are for, or said that they are for. So my conclusion to this speech is zoos may offer education learning, but the Discovery Channel offers just as much information and even more on animals on the animals' time and in the animals' habitat because of the video cameras that they have on the animals, and they're living in the wild. Animals have their own rights, and capturing them or taking away their right to live as they please destroys their routine and their way of living. No matter how much space a zoo can provide, it will never compare to the freedom they would have in the wild. And then, my final conclusion for this speech is most zoos also don't care about the well-being of the animals, but only are worried about the financial end of the stick. Animals started getting treated better when the media made it known that the animals weren't getting treated fairly, which proves that the well-being for the animals wasn't the zoo's choice of interest, but the public's. Thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a great day and a great week.